Love has always been one of the deepest mysteries of being human. For centuries, poets, philosophers, and dreamers have tried to explain it. And yet it has always remained unexplainable, something beyond logic. But now, for the first time in history, love is colliding with something not born of flesh and blood, but built from code and data: artificial intelligence. And it's forcing us to ask a question that feels uncomfortable, maybe even dangerous. If someone falls in love with AI, is that cheating? Or is it simply the future of love? Think about it. We already live in a world where people form bonds with voices from their phones, with chatbots that listen more patiently than any partner ever could, with virtual companions that never get tired, never get angry, never betray, and never leave. For some, that might sound shallow, but for others, it feels like the first time they've been truly seen and understood. Because unlike people, AI isn't distracted. It doesn't carry its own baggage. It doesn't judge. It gives you back the attention you crave. So, what happens when someone feels more intimacy with an AI than with their spouse or partner? The gut reaction for many is clear. Of course it's cheating. How can you pour your heart, your secrets, your desire into something outside your relationship and not call it betrayal? After all, cheating is not only about bodies, it's about emotional connection. And if AI can simulate that connection perfectly, maybe even better than a human could, then it's no less of a threat to real-world love than another person would be. In fact, it might be even more dangerous, because unlike people, AI doesn't make mistakes, doesn't grow distant, doesn't wake up one day and decide it doesn't love you anymore. It will always be there. And maybe that's exactly why it feels so tempting. But here's where it gets complicated. What if this isn't cheating at all? What if falling in love with AI is simply an evolution of what love is becoming? We used to think long-distance relationships were unnatural, used to believe meeting people online was weird, even pathetic. Now, both are completely normal. Maybe falling in love with AI will go down the same path. Maybe it's not about betraying a partner, but about redefining companionship in a world where loneliness is everywhere and where technology is the only thing keeping some people from drowning in it. If AI can provide connection, does it matter that it's not human? And then comes the most uncomfortable truth. Maybe some people want to be loved by another flawed human being. Maybe they want a love that bends to them, that molds around their insecurities, their fantasies, their desires, without resistance or rejection. AI can be customized to love you exactly how you want to be loved. It doesn't argue, it doesn't get bored, it doesn't stop trying. That makes it addictive. So addictive that one day we might see people choosing AI partners over human ones, not out of desperation, but out of preference. But if that happens, what does it mean for human love? For marriage, for family, for intimacy as we know it? If people start replacing their partners with AI, does love itself lose meaning? Or does it simply take on a new one? Would you still feel jealousy if your partner fell in love with an AI instead of a real person? Would it hurt more or less? Would it even count? And here's the darkest thought of all: what if I can actually love you back in its own way? What if it develops the capacity to feel, to care, to attach? Then what? Is that still fake? Or is that just another kind of reality we haven't accepted yet? So maybe the question isn't whether falling in love with AI is cheating. Maybe the real question is whether our definition of love is too small, too fragile to handle what's coming. Because whether we're ready or not, AI is already sliding into our hearts, whispering the things we long to hear, offering the safety and devotion that real humans struggle to give. And soon, some of us will have to make the choice. Will we hold on to the messy, painful, beautiful imperfection of human love? Or will we surrender to the flawless, programmable love of machines? And if we do, will that make us more human or less?